All right, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the Monday training. Hope everybody had a good weekend. It went by really quick. It always goes by really quick. Hope everyone's having a good Monday morning, afternoon, or maybe evening, wherever you're at. As usual, if you've been in here before, please put a two. If you're returning in the chat, that would be great. Two, you've used Dubb. You are using Dubb. You know Dubb. You know something about Dubb. You're an expert on Dubb. Anything like that where you've been using the platform, you've been around for a while. A two would be great in the chat. A one in the chat if you're new to Dubb. If you just started, maybe you're on the free trial or you just started using it real super new to the platform and trying things out. That would be fantastic to be able to see that in the chat. If you are new, 111 would be awesome. A bunch of twos, that's fantastic. That's really great. Allie, looks like you're number one over here. Let me pop over to you, Allie. Allie, feel free if you want to unmute yourself and say hi. You're more than welcome if you'd like to.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good to meet you, Allie.
Good to meet you.
What do you
Yeah,
what do you do?
I'm a real estate agent in Santa Barbara, California.
Ah, beautiful area.
Yeah,
Really pretty.
thank you.
What do you do buyers and sellers or who's kind of your folks?
I try to be I'm very focused on listing heavy, so I would like 80% listings, 20% buyers.
Okay, got it. Perfect. And then have you where are you at in the journey? Did you just kind of get dubbed? Have you recorded anything yet or are you still kind of learning the ins and outs?
Still learning, but I did have a one-on-one with Darius, and I planned on doing a couple of videos today or tomorrow during the week.
Oh, very nice. That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's there's an email. I'll put it here in the chat. I always put it in here. And if you want to take advantage of it, it's feedback at Dubb. And I'll put it in there right now. So
Mhm.
if you want to record something, we always tell everybody if you want to try it out as you're, kind of playing with it, and then send us over an example, whether you're doing a market update one or, an initial reach out about a property or, anything along those lines that you normally would do. If you want to try one as like a test, you feel free to send it over.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Anything on your mind before we start, Allie?
I this class actually coincides with one of my coaching classes, and so I wanted to hop on and see what it was about, but I was going to ask also, this is every single day at the same time, correct?
Yeah, so what we do is we upload these to YouTube later. So obviously there is a conflict there. I'll put this link in the chat as well. This is our Dub support channel. So all the recordings are usually on there by the afternoon, if not definitely by the next morning.
Okay, great, thank you. So yeah,
Yeah.
so if you see me bail out, that could be why.
Yeah, I won't take it personally, Allie. I appreciate it.
Thank
Good
you.
to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I saw Jason. He's number one as well. Hey, Jason, let me pop over to you.
Hey man, how are you?
Hey, good to meet you, Jason.
Hey, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it, bud.
Yeah.
Um, I've been in real estate now for about 28 years, and I've called expireds and withdrawns, and I've closed over 3,000 homes in my lifetime. So I'm ready to. But I came to Florida with a whole new market, and holy cow, I'm in a little bit of shambles. I'm like, how do I get this to work? So my quick question, and it'll be real quick, is I want to make sure that your system will do this. I'm using Lofty as a CRM,
Mhm.
and I want to be able to record one video of myself talking about, without using the consumer's name or a particular property address, but just a general generic video that talks a little bit about their property,
Mhm.
why it's expired, and the differences that I see could have been made. And it'll be a standard across the board for every single listing.
Got
And
it.
then on the background, I've got an assistant that's going to video their actual home that is on the MLS for 1 minute or however long it needs to be,
Okay.
and put those two together, throw those in Lofty. The questions are, is that a huge success? I know that's kind of something a friend of mine that has done. He said he has had success, but
Mhm.
it's hard for me to really see the numbers if it really works. But number two is with Lofty and a Dub, do they connect together in that capacity that it'll tell me it scores through Lofty? And that might be a question for Lofty, but just see if that'll actually score it depending on how long they watch the video.
Yeah, you should have that activity tracking in there because we have the integration with Lofty. So if you do the whole, we have a setup for we upload your contacts, the Lofty and Dub do their thing, and then if you add any additional, I believe they add as well. But you should be able to see that activity reporting. I'll check to make sure if you can see it in Lofty. I mean, I think you should be able to see it in Lofty, but you can definitely see it in Dub, obviously.
Okay, and what's your theory on this system? Do you feel, because
Yeah.
typically you're calling and the consumer, of course, feels like they're being harassed.
Sure.
But it just seems so unique. And I want your opinion on that, Rob. I mean, do you really feel like that's a home run, or what's your thoughts?
We try to go off feedback from people over the years, when we've added things because users we've had have been really good on like, hey, this worked, this didn't work. I like this. Can you add that? All that kind of stuff. And I feel like, for real estate from what we've seen, I mean, you guys are the most called human beings on the planet. Because your number's out there and you have to do your omnichannel thing. You got to call, you got to email, you got to text, you got to do the circle of influence, you got to send updates, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But what we've seen make a difference is if someone's interested in a listing, or even if it's expired or whatever it is, having some kind of animated video GIF preview, some kind of visual about what this thing is going to be about, because we found that social media and sales are very similar now. They're always kind of similar in terms of trying to get someone's attention, but it's very similar in terms of like, what am I seeing before I even click? So is it giving me any kind of context or hint to what this could be?
The
So,
dopamine.
yeah. So leveraging the first 3 seconds when you hit record, whether it's a virtual background, message on the phone, all the stuff you just talked about, where you're showing something and saying something before I even click on it. I think
Yeah.
that puts you ahead of someone just calling or trying to get, the person to go with you based on their just a phone call or a voicemail.
Okay.
So I think really thinking about the first 3 seconds, the animated GIF, and then also with the circle of influence stuff, like when you're kind of re-engaging all these people that maybe aren't ready to sell, not ready to do their thing, um, you know, what's the general message? Like, what's the hook? Like, we talk about everything within these. Like, if someone was interested in like a property, if I was interested in one, what is it a thing about that property that would be, I don't know, some fun fact or some interesting thing that you're telling me right off the bat that shows me you have a lot of knowledge about the area or what's going on, and that opens with that kind of hook. And one thing you need to know about 1234 Jane Street as you're looking at it, something like that.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for the info. Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, of course, Jason. Thanks for coming in. Okay, so let me see who else is in here. Any other ones we have in here? We got a bunch of twos, so it's always awesome to talk to the ones. Not that I don't like talking to the twos. You guys are awesome, especially you, Dick. Good to see you back, Dick Nichols, one of our favorites. Okay, I see your question there. Can you set up talking about AI integration? Okay, so Dick, let's see. I'm having a problem setting up an email campaign specifically with email text. Okay, so Dick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot a quick message over to the team about the setup for the campaign. Let me see if I can grab Ian over here to come on in. Give me 1 second. Okay, so she's going to be in about 10 minutes, Dick. So when Ina gets in here, I'll have to open up the campaigns and see what we can do in there. That's kind of her playground in there. And then Walter, I saw your question about can we talk about AI integration? So Walter, let me come over to you really quickly over here. Let me just unmute you really quick. Walter Payne sounds like a comic book hero name, Walter Payne. Walter, can you hear me okay?
That'd be nice. Comic book hero. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a great name.
Um, so I haven't used Dub for a while. I signed up a couple of years ago. Had some good success with it off the bat, but for whatever reason, just kind of fell out. But wanted to get back into it,
Yeah.
and I wanted to integrate with the AI and figure out some way to, um, like have the videos do do it for me. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, we have the strides that they've made with Auto. Have you seen Auto, the new dashboard guide we have inside Dub? Have you seen that?
I have not.
Yeah, let me just show you really quick. So it's kind of like a version one of this. I mean, the automation, that's always been about, hey, send out this video or send out this email and it's automated and then it goes out on this day and it goes out on this time. If someone does something, then this happens. But in terms of like telling the AI, hey AI, send out 5 prospecting videos to these, whatever. I mean, it's all kind of coming. This is kind of like I mean, maybe even like a beta version of what you're kind of talking about a little bit. Do you see inside the dashboard here? Can you see my screen?
I can.
Yeah, I see this little cute little character guy up here to the right, next to the profile picture.
Got
Auto.
it.
Yep, right there. So it's an in-guide AI in here. So what it's used to doing is answering questions about, hey, how do I do email campaigns? All the kind of stuff that, the intercom system can kind of answer over here at the bottom left, but it does a little, I think maybe a little bit better. But what they just added to Auto is the ability to add a contact and a task. So you could say, set up this task, add this contact, put the email into, the part of your CRM within Dub, and it can do those two things. So giving it a directive of, hey, do this thing. Ruben and the team and Darius have started to implement it. So they just added this, I think, a couple like on Friday, I think, where you can do this one step. Um, as far as setting up an actual, hey, send out a campaign, send out this thing, it's probably very close to being able to do that. Just the level of what it can do as far as that, still just waiting to see.
Great, thanks. Yeah, I'm just trying to do a lot of research to figure out what all my options are.
Well, you can the last time you were looking at Dub, do you remember seeing Sia or Sales Interactive Assistant on the landing page? Do you remember
I
seeing that?
do not.
Okay,
I
so yeah. Let me show you that right here. So that's we added that to, when you send someone a Dub video, they get the animated GIF, they click on it, and they're brought to the customized landing page here. We added Sia right over here to the right, Sales Interactive Assistant, this AI assistant. You don't have to have it on the landing page. It's just a little button within the platform. But the reason we added it, it's been about, I think it's been about a year now since we added it in. And the feedback's been good. People have the ability to, when you send them a video, now, even though they might want to do whatever the next action is down here, but if they have questions, you can have up to 20 FAQs. You can ask the AI a question. And with SIA, when you ask SIA a question, it's going to give an answer, but then it's going to push for something at the end. So it gives the answer here, but then says, hey, you're ready to book a time with Rob or whatever the person's CTA is. The training that we have on this is SIA is educated with resource website links, and also you can load up a PDF. So if you're inside Dub here, you can go right over here to the left under Assets, and you can go to Sales Assistant. And then inside here, you basically can have a sales assistant for different segments of your audience. We talk about having landing pages, preset landing pages for different parts of your audience. You can have a SIA that's on that page that's specifically knowledgeable about that part of your audience. So what you can do in here, I'll hit the edit button so you can see it. You can create a number of these, give them a little internal name so you know what they're for. And then you can add website links in here, resource links. So if you have a website, you can add the links in, and then SIA will physically learn what's on the page in text. It can't watch videos or click on anything, but it can learn physically what's in text. So you put the links in here. And then below here, you can upload a PDF file. So you can do one or the two or both if you want to. And then you can create these FAQs right in here, the ones that you want to have answered, the ones people most frequently ask, obviously. You can have a little message right here on the page. And then see, it can also collect name, email, phone, all that. If you have all that, you can uncheck it. And then you want to have, what's the main thing you want that person to do, once they've gotten the question answered. Like, hey, you ready to book a time? You ready to check out a website? You ready to download a document, listing agreement, contract? And then the other cool thing about SIA is that it doesn't necessarily have to always be on the landing page. You can deploy it by itself. So there's a little button in here called external link. And if you select that here, SIA opens up like a chat GPT. So someone can immediately kind of interact right now. So what you can do is you can copy this link. And then if you're interacting with someone, I would do it when you have some kind of a relationship back and forth. I wouldn't just drop it in general if you don't really know someone. But if you're kind of chatting back and forth, you can say, hey, look, here's my AI sales assistant. They click on the link, and then they're able to start communicating, about the topics that they need answered. The other neat thing that you can do with SIA in terms of this external link right here is that you can do social posts, and you can have a link below there that can be the same thing. So usually with social posts for Dub, we always talk about having a pinned comment below the social post, like right here. And there's always usually a Dub link. And usually the Dub link will go to that Dub landing page that we talked about. Go here and say, hey, thanks for watching the social post. Or, they'll land here on this page to do a number of things. But you could also, if you wanted to, if you didn't want someone to watch a video and then watch another video, you could have the link down here that is SIA, the Sales Interactive Assistant. So when they click this, that's when it would go to the page that looks like this. And it would just open up and they can immediately start interacting. So it's really a choice of what would you like that action to be once it's done. Now, the other AI thing that was pretty neat that the team did was this. So inside of Dub, if we go to the video library inside of here, let's just take this video right here. Inside here under analytics, we added Kairo has been here for quite a while, but what they added, the upgrade to Kairo, which is the AI video coach, is this part right here when you click generate. So whenever you select a video that you've recorded or uploaded into the Dubb platform, into the video library, select the video you want. This delivery analysis has always been here for quite some time. But the new generate part is interesting because now not only is it going to give feedback on the cadence, repetition, filler words, persuasiveness, all that kind of good stuff in general that we used to give, it's going to give feedback now on the content itself and the actual visuals. So it's non-biased feedback. So we look at this here, content feedback. It'll give you script clarity, filler words, empathy, pacing, positivity. Now, the one thing about the visual feedback, and I always say this in general, framing, try centering. That's just a nice piece of advice there. But a lot of the times, if you're using a screen recorder where you're in the bubble or you're in a square and you're putting yourself in an interesting spot, you might be off center. So some of that you kind of have to take with a grain of salt. But it's a nice ability to have all this when you record a video that it happens right away, which is really neat. And one of the last parts of the AI that we have, kind of two more things in here, is the AI writer, the AI assistant, right here in the dashboard called AIRA. The thing that the team added for quite some time now is a profile feature, which sits right here. So we always talk about how you want landing pages, preset landing pages, to speak to different parts of your audience, buyers, sellers, FISBOs, expireds, insurance, different kinds of insurance, mortgages, coaching, consulting, recruiting, employers, candidates, all these different options in terms of the pages really speaking to that part of your audience. Now, if you're in here in the dashboard and you're using the AI writer, this is the same idea. So if I was in recruitment, I'd want employers, candidates as the split. And when I click here to set this up, all I'm doing is answering the questions about this segment of my audience. So the AI can learn about this, about my outreach, about the folks I'm reaching out to. I can choose a preferred tone of communication, and I can even add a writing structure that's baked in if I want to. We call it the have method for open with the hook, which we talk about all the time. Address their needs, provide value, whether it's a download, a link, another video that's being provided, and an extended call to action like book a time or do what you want them to do. Click save. And then all you have to do is open this up and say, okay, what part of my audience am I working on? Oh, I'm working on the employees. So I click that one there. Then I come down here and I just look for a prompt, like we're all used to doing this. I'll say on why video is the most effective way to close deals. Choose your length, hit submit, and then Ira is going to take everything into account that you just told it, and it's going to give you some feedback, give you the copy. And when the copy comes back, you can have it read back to you in a voice. You can copy to a clipboard. You can import it into scripts, which we do a lot in terms of then using a teleprompter for whatever recording we're using. Everything's got a teleprompter. We can do that. It makes it really efficient. And you can even import this to a voice video if you wanted to. So if you did have a case where you had this script here, but you know what, I don't feel like being on camera. I don't want to use my voice. I don't want to deliver it, but I don't want to send just an SMS or a text-based message. So what you can do is you can upload a photo to the right, choose an AI voice, and you can send out a video like this where the animated GIF will be a little waveform that kind of keeps repeating across the image that you've uploaded. And you can even upload it to an avatar library if you want to do that. So the last part of the AI is this right over here. We have a full library in here. You can create your own if you want to. Give it a good description. Here's the script, choose a voice. And usually how these have been used so far is email campaigns going out, kind of like a pedestal kind of thing, and then also screen recordings, like instead of you being in the bubble or in the square, whatever shape you have on top of a website or a document or whatever it is, it would be the AI that's doing it. And we've seen them mostly in administrative learning capacity kind of things like that. So that's kind of the update on the AI capabilities that we have so far.
Wow, I'm seeing a lot of possibilities here. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really neat. It's just the team is really good at just updating a lot of stuff because everything's happening so quickly with AI. So it's just it's staying on the ride and then wait, which way are we going? And then kind of find the right use case, you know?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Yeah, of course. And then let me see if some other questions here will pop in. Hi, Ina. Everybody, this is Ina. Everyone that knows Ina knows she knows
Hey.
everything. And if you don't know Ina, Ina knows everything. That's all you really need to know. Hi, Ina.
Hey.
So our good friend Dick Nichols, he's the go-to guy. That's his nickname, everybody, if you don't know it. He's fantastic. He's been with us for a while. He had a question about an email campaign. So he's having an issue setting up an email campaign, specifically with setting it up email text. So let me pop over to Dick really quickly. Let's see. Let me find Dick here, and you can unmute yourself, Dick, if you'd like to. And thanks always for coming in.
Oh,
Good morning, Rob, and good morning, Ina. And Ina, you and I talked a couple of days ago, and you were a big help to me on it. But somewhere between then and now, my senioritis hit, and I'm trying to redo my email content with this illustration or with this um, campaign, and for the life of me, I can't figure out how to edit and change and add some things to it. And that's where I need my help. That's where I need
Okay.
your help.
Okay. I'm accessing your account now. Which email campaign? Oh, is it okay if we share it with everybody?
Uh,
Pretty good, Dick.
can you charge admission and perhaps send it to my account? No, of course it is. Of course it's fine.
Okay, okay.
Awesome.
Let me share my screen here. What about now?
Yeah, now you're good.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, yeah. This is the part. So here. So I
Hmm.
just went to the yeah, I just selected the email campaign that you want to send. Then
Hmm.
here in the email subject line, you might want to change this instead of just check out this video. First
Hmm.
name will be automatically changed.
Right.
Um, Next is the video selection. So save and continue. So this is the part where I added the token for insert GIF thumbnail. So when we preview it, you will see the preview below. It's
Hmm.
gonna look like this.
Okay. That
Then
looks so beautiful. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. Look, your
I,
template is
I
awesome.
feel like Michelangelo. He was a point guard for my old high school basketball team.
What a name for a point guard.
Yeah, I know. We just called him Mick.
Awesome.
Yeah, then this is the part for the recipient. This is the part where you select which section of your contacts or
Right. Uh,
which tag we should add.
yeah.
So which one should be it, Dick?
I have a tag, I think, for AZ Realtors.
Okay, Realtor AZ. So that's
I'm
okay, there's only
ambidextrous.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's only one, but most of the time this is the yeah, this is the where you
Hmm.
select the tags,
Hmm.
those contacts who has the same tags, so that would be in the inclusion list. If there are multiple tags like we have, we also put exclusion so that some of those contacts will be excluded from the email campaign. So yeah, that's for it. Now, if you don't have the contacts yet in the CRM, you can put the email address in here.
Hmm.
So let's say Ina at Dub. Oops. Yeah, Ina at Dub. Not sure why this one is showing, but yeah, this add recipient. So I
By the way,
add
I found out if
here.
I write down email at dib.com, it doesn't work. You may want to fix that. I have a problem interchanging my eyes with my U's, and I'm full of crap anyway. So,
That's funny.
Oh yeah, it's bad. Okay, then once you save and continue this, the
hmm
next part is the sending.
hmm
Either you can send it, you will send it right away or
I,
schedule it in a later time.
before I send it, I always want to send a test email to myself.
Yeah, we have the test, send test email to the
Hmm.
from here. So is this the right email? Go to guy at
That's
dicknichols.com.
right.
Okay, send. Okay, yeah, that's about
Well,
it.
can I just check that while I've got you on the if I can go to my email for a second? I'd like just to check that. Not that I don't trust you, just that I
I
want
can
to.
send an email to myself too so that everyone will see what's
Oh,
gonna
you
happen.
did. Oh, why don't you just show what it came out to be then? Now I got to find out where you. Uh,
Let's wait for it too. Come.
Uh, oh, it won't be there. It'll be in my other email account. That's what
Here
it's
you
going to.
go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I sent it to myself.
Oh, okay.
Noina.com. So here you go. Hi, I'm Dick Nichols. Okay.
Yeah. And so when you click on the watch video, it should bring up the uh,
Your video.
yeah, well, it should bring up the
The
also
video
the
sent you, so like,
background and stuff like that.
wow.
Nice background. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
this is
So
what auto.
now I'm going to be adding a calendar soon uh, to have someone place a, to contact me for an appointment. So I
Mhm.
just add that as another CTA.
Correct. That's
Yep.
right. Added
Okay.
added new CTA. Either use Calendly, Acuity,
Yeah.
Scheduler, or whichever scheduling app that you have.
Okay. Well, that looks wonderful. Now, in the future, can I use that campaign as a template and just change it around to something new?
Yeah, yeah. There's a button here for is there
Duplication.
a
That's
button
right.
here? Yeah, like a duplicate or what's this? Clone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just click that clone button with the
Okay.
from the from this part, and then yeah, change the title so that you keep your email campaigns organized. Yeah, switch
Mhm.
the subject lines and other elements there.
Now, can I using that same format, uh, place it on social media such as Facebook or something like that? Or do
Mm-mm.
I have to change it to, I mean, I know I can connect to Facebook and some other social media accounts through Dub, but will it take the same information?
What we you can have like your social links in the body of the email and also in the video, but when it comes to sharing it,
Mm,
we recommend downloading the MP4 file and then uploading it natively so that the algorithm of whichever social media platform
mhm.
will promote or show your videos to other people even more, because if it is a dub link or any links that will have people go outside Facebook or with Instagram, yeah, they don't those won't
Okay.
get promoted or
Well,
by the
thank you
algorithm.
so much. Uh, I can now send it in a few minutes after the presentation here.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thank
Tina.
you so
Thanks,
much.
Dick, as always. Yeah, that's awesome.
Mhm.
I saw Jay had a question. Jay, is there a way to for someone to sign up for a newsletter without having to do it manually ourselves? So I was going to say just on that, and then get your take on it. Hey, Jay, uh,
Yeah.
Well,
how are you, Jay?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm trying to start using Dub again. So,
Awesome. Hey, we'd love to hear that. I would say if they're gonna, so you don't have to add it in manually. I mean, what you could do, right, is you could do like a CTA. You could have a video go out to the circle of contacts and everybody, and then the video could be there. You could have them click below the video a button, and then the button could have them either take them to a place to sign up for the newsletter, or it could be like a form fill, right? That could initiate something.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Like if there's if you have automation in your plan, if you're on Pro Plus or you have an add-on for automation, yeah, like what Rob has mentioned,
oh,
you
okay.
you can definitely do that.
Okay. I have another question. I'm getting into writing. I'm going to have hopefully 3 books published this year. How would I use Dub to promote my new novels?
I would say, well, first of all, that's awesome. Three, that's prolific. That's awesome. Forget one, do three. That's great. I would say, God, promotion wise, I mean, when Ruben was doing his when he did his book, Click Record, I know he did a bunch of stuff on LinkedIn about it. But I guess you probably could set up some kind of do you have automation, Jay? Or do you have like
No,
profiles
not
or
yet.
something? Oh,
No.
I was gonna say you could do like a bulk send then to the circle, the people, your contacts, you could do a bulk send out campaign of like, hey, something's coming, and then like another one, you know what I mean? Like check
Right,
out some
right.
novels that are coming. You do social posts about it. You could do what's it called? I don't know if there's what's your industry, Jay?
Well, my industry is different than the books.
Oh, got it. Who would the books relate to? Like Claudian.
Fantasy is fiction.
Oh, fiction. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, like, what about, I mean, what about like, take if it's horror, science fiction, whatever it is, drama, whatever it is, comedy, maybe find some groups out there, some Facebook groups that talk about these things, get permission from the admin, and then drop it in there or something like that. Maybe, offer some free advanced copies or something.
That's worth a shot.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of the groups online that are into certain things, whether it's books and sections or industries. There's a lot of conversations around those things. So if you got the permission from the admin and it wasn't like you're selling to the group, you're like, hey, by the way, this is awesome. This is going to be coming out. You can fill out a form here if you want to be on the list for it. Something like that. Just as long as the admin says it's okay.
Right. And I could do a little audio for that.
Yeah, I mean, you could do a little audio, and then you could also do maybe even a little visual. You could go into ChatGPT and say create an image for maybe like just a little sequence of the opening or something visual. It depends on your style, though. I'd be a little careful
Mhm.
on that. You want to make sure the style is the way you want it, though.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. You're welcome, Jay. And then let's see, Kyan, I saw your question. Hey, Rob, how do you use Dub to grow your audience and get more leads on TikTok or Instagram? Any tips for someone just starting out? I would say, over the years, and you can speak to this too. Ruben, myself, and Darius, and Ina, and the team, and Caleb, and everybody have done a number of things, on there. So it really, social media is one of those things where I kind of go like this with my eyebrows and be like, well, on a Wednesday at 8 a.m., this worked. And then on a Tuesday at 4 o'clock, this didn't work. I would say, just from speaking from our experience, the videos that have done well that we've usually done, and again, this is within, our space, or either some kind of, hey, this is a tip or action that we recommend, or hey, check this thing out, that kind of stuff. But then again, sometimes funny stuff does really well. I mean, we have the whole sales head character thing where I put the glasses on. We play this floating head sales character guy. Sometimes that does okay, but it depends on what I'm saying. Is it funny? Is it related to something? So, do you go the character route? Do you go the reaction route where the person is saying two different audiences? I mean, there's so many opinions on this, but for us, for social media, consistency number one. What, 2 to 3 times a day would probably be optimal. Sometimes it's tough for us to do that, when we're doing a lot of YouTube content and things like that. So, for those particular platforms, TikTok and Instagram, I wouldn't say they're our strongest. YouTube is what is really where we're the most strong, and we do well on LinkedIn, but I would say probably YouTube is where a lot of the stuff comes from for us. Um, be consistent. I guess that's the only thing you probably hear everyone say, regardless of what strategy they give you, is be consistent, which is not the easiest thing. But we talked one time about bulk batch recording. Taking an afternoon, recording a bunch of social videos in a minute or less, minimal edit, and then just give them the good hashtags and searches and all that stuff and getting those out. And then you can have them scheduled. I think, what's that program Caleb uses for scheduling? I forget the name of it. You can like schedule it. You know what I'm talking about?
Hootsuite,
Yeah,
yeah.
there we go. Yeah.
Hootsuite.
Yeah.
Yeah, we recommend also, yeah, being consistent in posting. Eventually, will get you with your audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we try to be as authentic as we can. I mean, Ruben does a lot of like, selfie style stuff. So do I. We try to just bring it, just what's the main point? Kind of like the sales thing. Why should I stop and watch this video? It's that whole thing. Um, all right. So let's see. Everybody in here, anybody else got any questions or anything? Anything else on their mind before I jump into something here? Anybody? I see Scott came in, Sue came in, Lynn, JC, Fred. Dan, welcome back. Andres, hey, I haven't seen you, Andres, in a while, actually. And Deanna. So anything, pop them in the chat while we're going here. But I was going to make a quick point about reaching out here. So if you're using, let me show you this. Let's just say we talk about LinkedIn outreach all the time, and we talk about this style. And I'm sure most people here have seen this, but this style right here that I'm showing right here, where you're actually on the person's profile, This has always worked well. You can take it a next step. Like if you're doing this right here, it's great. It's awesome. That's fantastic. But you can always add a little more if you wanted something. So there's a couple options you have here. So if I was going to do the same thing, use our Chrome extension screen recorder, which is right up here at the top, and say I wanted to reach out to Ruben. I could click this here, open it up like we normally would. Puts me on the page, just like the video preview you just saw. But to take it a little step further, what you can do is just increase the size just a little bit. Not a lot, just probably about here. And then what you can do is get the Dubb mobile app on your phone. And we talk about this all the time with the whiteboard function, so someone can read something. You can add another layer to this. So if you have the mobile app, get the little square, get the button right up here at the top, the square button right there, that little square with the person. If you select that, that opens up a typing area. So that is where you could say something. And I could say, for instance, something like this about your book. Because obviously, Ruben wrote a book. So whatever something specific that you see on someone's page, or there's a reason you're reaching out, like if Ruben took an action, like he downloaded something, like he took an action, that's why I'm reaching out. So it's not cold. He downloaded something or did whatever. I could say about your download, the next step for you. Something related to some action they took. If it's completely cold and you've connected, because most people connect in general, even if it's cold, like you send them a connector message, they want to get their numbers up, they probably connect. But when you do, what's that one phrase on here that we talk about all the time that this person on LinkedIn would want to stop and know more about? Or some kind of useful information that they could get. It's a little bit tougher, obviously. You want to compact it right in here in this short message. But doing this inside of the bubble is like another layer other than just doing something like this. So really think about what is this quick message right in here. Now, that's all within the Chrome extension screen recorder right here. And we always talk about this page stuff. So over here to the left, see how this says tab right here? This means if I click record and I record something, it's the image that you saw earlier, this animated GIF. It's just the page that I'm on. But when you use Chrome, Chrome does have the ability to get your entire screen. If you select the screen option all the way to the right, it'll get the whole thing. I'm not a big fan of that just because if you want to take someone on a tab journey, you totally can do that. You can do camera, which opens up more like a webcam. But if you want to get very specific on someone's page while you're doing the phone to take it another layer, if you want to do that, I can do something like this. Instead of using the Chrome extension, I'm going to use our desktop app, which is another screen recorder up here at the top. And I'm going to click record screen. And when I use this, I'm going to use a different function on here than I normally would with Chrome because it doesn't have this ability. What is that function? It's going to be this. I'm going to click record screen here. Make sure you guys can see this. Here's my webcam, right? Like we talked about before. And I'm going to go like this. I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger. I'm going to go right here. Now, the cool thing about the desktop app that the Chrome extension can't do is it has an option to crop so you can control what you're recording. So I can get very specific with Ruben. Like I can take this here and go like this, come in here, bring this border over right like this, maybe even bring this down a little bit. I think that's pretty good right there. So what I can do here is make myself a little bit bigger, go right here, and I can do the whole, his book is right there, right? So I can take that same message that I did about your book. I'm going to hit record now, get my 3, 2, 1 countdown. Hey, Ruben, this is Rob. Listen, I didn't know you were an author. I saw your book here. I wanted to send you this quick video because we do a lot of publishing work here, and I want to talk to you about something and blah, 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 blah. Talk about what to do below, and then I'll hit the check mark here at the top. But now visually, see how this looks here? This is much more cropped in. So I'm going to save this up in a Dubb, and when I save it in here, you'll see the pretty obvious difference between the two. So you can really decide if you just want to get the tab version of the website that you're on, browser, LinkedIn, whatever the outreach is, use the Chrome. It's great for that. Regular bubble, use smiling, waving. That's awesome. But if you want to take it another level, add the whiteboard function inside the bubble with a message. And then if you want to take it another level, use the desktop app and crop in around something specifically. So to take a look at what that looks like difference-wise, I'll open up LinkedIn. I'll click the Dubb Chrome extension button. I'm going to add my video in here. Let's turn my camera off. There's the video I just made, right? I'm going to click Insert Video, and I'm going to send it. Now, this one here is much more specific. So this one here, you can see I'm much bigger in here. I'm right next to his book, and it says About Your Book. Whereas this one, is just smiling and I'm on the page, which is great. But this is like another level to take it in terms of that. Now, for LinkedIn in general, if you're doing a lot of LinkedIn outreach and you're like, oh man, I don't want to make 100 videos a day for 100 different prospects. You know what I mean? So I would kind of split it up. Like maybe you have your top prospects on LinkedIn that you reach out to that you want to do those nice personal ones for, which is great. You know, definitely you should do some of those. But if there's another layer where you have certain industries that you're reaching out to, like I'm reaching out to Ruben here and say it's just to authors, right? People that have books. This phrase makes a lot of sense about your book. But what I can do is I can record one video one time. I won't say Ruben's name, but every author I reach out to can relate to the message that I'm saying, and it sounds like I'm speaking right to them. What you can do is you can use Dubb Narrator, which is inside the Dubb desktop app, record one video one time, and then put it on top of anybody's profile that relates to that general message that you're talking about. So if I want to be able to do that, I just record a video beforehand, use a teleprompter if you want to, talk about what you want to talk about. You save it into Dubb, and then all you have to do is click record narrator video inside the desktop app. And I usually save mine with narrator. I'll put narrator first and then they all come up. And then I can grab one right here and just imagine that whatever industry you're in, this is a general message um, to that segment of your audience. So it doesn't have to be exact. Okay. So if I grab this one right here and then, I adjust my size, cropping, whatever I want to do. And then I hit record, the pre-recorded version of me, I just have to put on top of someone's profile.
Hi, it's Rob from Dubb, the video and AI sales platform.
And I can pause and resume and all that good stuff, hit the check mark, and then you'll be able to have it saved. So it's really a choice of do I do individual videos for my contacts that I really want to reach out to individually, which is great. And when I decide that, do I want to do a wave and a smile on their general page? Do I want to take it another level, make my bubble a little bigger, have the message inside there, and then take it another level, crop on something that's really specific and use the message? Those are all very specific. And then if you want to do a general one, you could do it for a bunch of people. So I think the more power you give to what the animated GIF looks like, whether it's something that looks just like this, or whether it's something that looks like this, or whether it's something that looks like this, or it's something that looks like this, it's really about what are they seeing? Is it giving me some context? Does it enable me to understand just a little bit more before I even click on it and something happens? So I think that's something to think about. And if, like I said at the top, feedback at Dubb, that's the email. If you want to try something creative, send something over to us. We love giving feedback on that. So, and that could make the difference between someone saying, oh, that's really neat. Because still, at the end of the day, if you make any video where you're smiling and waving, as long as you're smiling and you do nothing else, that's so far ahead of any other probably rep that's just sending regular text-based messages and not even sending a video at all. So that definitely helps. Um, in the age of AI, with AI generated videos and everything, which is really good for scale, it's just a reminder of keeping the human element in terms of why you're reaching out, what's the hook, because we talk about with the hook, what is the first thing you're going to say? Is it related to the animated GIF in terms of why they've stopped? And if it's an email, what does it say in the subject line that kind of mirrors the message within the animated GIF? Because I got to open it first, obviously, to get to where you are now. So. Anyway, any questions from anybody? Anything on anybody's mind? It looks like we're about almost to the top of the hour a little bit. Does anybody have any questions on anything? Let's see, Daniel. Apologize for being late. This is great content. Are there more dates or access to the recording? Hey, Daniel, thanks for the comment. That's nice. Yeah, no, we have it's always at 10 a.m. PST, these recordings Monday through Friday, these, meetings. But the recordings will be on our YouTube support channel, and they're usually there by the afternoon, if not by the next morning. I put the chat in the chat earlier. I just dropped it again. So what people usually do is they'll pull it up, go back to the part they want to see. Oh, that's a LinkedIn part. Oh, that's the email send part. That's the Chrome extension part. And then they'll kind of open things up, have it in two different windows, and kind of walk their way through it. So hope that helps. Thanks for the kind words, Daniel. Anything on anybody else's mind before we head out for the day? Anything anyone wants to talk about or have a question on? I feel like one of the wrestlers from the WWE. Okay, here we go. Anybody? Anybody? Okay, cool. Well, listen, Scott, Sue, everybody, Dan, Andres, Diana, Eric, Fred, everybody, Jai, Kyan. Thanks so much for coming in. We really, really appreciate it. Oh, Daniel, I see one more thing before we go. That's great. Let me just jump in one more time. Our clients are SMS focused versus email or LinkedIn. If you have any specific content on that, please share. Okay, so we have on our YouTube support channel, Daniel, if you look, we have SMS and video sending from texting. We have good tutorials on that. There's tutorials on workarounds because as a general rule with SMS, if you were to text someone a dub video and we have never communicated before, they're going to get a link. They're not going to get that animated GIF. There is a workaround around it where you can download the animated GIF and send it after you've sent the video. But if they are in your contacts, or you do have them in your circle and the phones are familiar with each other, those animated GIFs will go through. But the same rules apply in terms of the animated GIF meaning something when they get it. But yes, we do have stuff on the support channel about that. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, check it out. YouTube. Ina, thanks a lot for today. As always, everybody, thanks so much for coming in. We love having you in here, and we'll see you tomorrow, right? Tomorrow? Tomorrow? Okay. All right. Bye, everybody.
See you, everyone.
Bye.